9, 5, 0.
Welcome to the 950 Lounge Show, hosted by Kevin KP Pryor, the LeBron James of the radio game, the amazing Steph Pearl, the extremely hilarious Rodeo, Mike the moderator, and of course, Backstage Ed. You are listening to the best team in radio. And now I present the 950 Lounge.
We're back on the ride, 950 Lounge, still joined by the best team in radio, and we have a special guest. We have two royals in the building. And I can't say because she's definitely a royal. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a brother here. If you know New York basketball and you from, well, if you're not even from here, you know how it is and how they get it down in Harlem. We got a brother here that knows all the secrets, knows where all the bodies are buried. He's going to tell a little bit about it. And he got our homegirl from BARTV. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 950 Lounge, superstar himself, Al Cash, Rucker Park, and my girl from BARTV, the lovely, super talented Miss Melony. How you doing, guys?
Hi, guys. Hold on. Round of applause here. We have to. We have a legend here. Yeah. Clock that.
Enough love.
Al Cash is in the building. The Rucker Park legacy is here. I am really, really honored to be working with these men on bringing basketball back to the Rucker, bringing the people back to the Rucker, and with launching the Rucker Park podcast, which is that's my baby this year. It's so funny because everybody that knows me knows I know nothing about sports.
It was one thing I would say that you would get your hands in. The last thing I'm thinking about would be basketball.
Yeah, I know nothing about sports besides maybe the colors of the jerseys, if I like those colors. But so it was really ironic, the messages that I started to get when I first launched and posted my first flyer about the Rucker Park podcast. So many people kept on sending me stories like, oh my gosh, the Rucker did this for me, it did this for me, and it did that for me. So for me, even though I know nothing about sports, I know everything about business. I know branding, right? Marketing. So I knew what the Rucker needed to bring it back to where the Mecca's essence is, and it's the people.
Well, I'm sure you know
with
now.
That, I'll bring Al Cash in here, the voice behind the Rucker. Hi, Al.
What's going on? Yep. It's an honor for me to be here, and Mel, like she said, she's helping us bring the tournament back. My original name was DJ Al B. I was part of a group called the Disco 4, and we actually was the first hip hop crew in Harlem. We went by the Sapphire Crew, Donald DB Fast. I gotta shout them out, and we met Greg Marius. Greg was a member of the Disco 4, and we all collaborated together, and we, enjoy records. I mean, you talk about hip-hop, that's what I do, but hip-hop is the reason why the Entertainers Basketball Classic was brought to Rucker Park. And, the story's crazy. If y'all got 10 hours and a violin, we can go on with it. But getting to it, just jumping the gun a little bit, we was challenged by a group by the name of the Crash Crew. We was all in a club called Harlem World.
Yeah, Broadway.
And
Reg Bistro, Shoe B.
Yeah. All of them. And, me and Greg Marius, which was the commissioner of the Entertainers Basketball Classic, we worked at WHBI with Mr. Magic. So me and Ronnie D, we were down.
Al, before you continue, because I listen, what you're spinning is legendary.
Right.
Explain these people, because you're saying the names, but these people who are watching this, wherever they're gonna watch,
they need to understand.
This needs to sink in a little bit. This is
history.
We're not doing Windex. We planting the seed. Go ahead though.
So, all right, getting back to the hip hop, Ronnie D Okay, here you go. Ronnie D was a member of the Disco Four, which his father owned Enjoy Records. Enjoy Records was the reason why you had the Grandmaster Flash, the Treacherous Three, the Fearless Four, the Disco Four, Master Don, and the Death Committee. You know, that's just the name Ronnie D. What his role was, how his father connected us and helped us, you know, become recording artists with hip hop. Then you have Greg Marius. We used to call Greg the commissioner because Greg was the guy that lived in the brownstone. We was from the projects and, you know, St. John's University, and we was from the hood. We were street dudes. And, you know, together, excuse me, like I said, we put the group together, and we were like the only hip-hop group, yes, in Harlem. Nobody else was doing it like we was doing it. Renaissance Ballroom. I mean, I can go on and on and on. But let's get to this. So anyway, Harlem World. Treacherous 3 was performing that evening. And Crash Crew and all of us was at a table. Mike C started talking nonsense about basketball, and they pretty much challenged us to a game. And if you know anything about underground hip-hop, see, hip-hop wasn't always played on WBLS and so on and so on. But Mr. Magic, WHBI, he was the only guy playing hip-hop. And me and Greg Marius used to work for him. We used to answer the phones and, you know, grab the chicks. You know, that was my thing.
For those who are young, chicks means women. I know we have a diverse audience.
Okay.
But good, I know.
I'm putting my age out there.
You good.
But long story short,
turkey.
Magic heard the story. He announced it on the radio. He said, be there or be square. Come down to Mount Morris Park, Disco 4 against the Crash Crew. And believe it or not, that Sunday when we came down there, it was thousands of kids. And from that, you know, that's basically how the tournament started.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, getting back to more of the current times, you know, I never wanted to be a street ball announcer. You know, we used to get on the mic, talk like Howard Hosell. The young people, y'all don't know who that is, but
you Google him.
Yeah, Google him, and you know
who Stephen A. got his game from.
Yeah,
probably.
definitely. So it was a guy named Thomas Mills, aka Duke Tango. He used to commentate at a tournament on 145th Street. I pretty much recruited him, and I became his hype man while he was commentating. So basically, we changed the whole street basketball. Me and my partner, Duke Tango, I brought hip-hop to street ball announcing.
So that was Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash, right. So what happens, like a lot of people don't understand, they see all these announcers nowadays, that's us. Even if you got it from, let's say, like, shout out to Voice of Harlem, you know, it all came from us. But I got to give a shout out to Gumby, which was the godfather of street ball announcing. When I played, he was commentating down at, what is it, King Towers, but they called it the Kingdom.
Kingdom.
You know, so, but what me and Duke did, you know, for street basketball was incredible. And, you know, I'm a very humble person. And people used to come up to me and say, yo, this, I love that. You said this, you gave me a nickname. It's like, if we would have copyrighted the nicknames that we gave these people, we would have been well off.
Some names to this day that people actually use, you know.
The reality, Al, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. Yeah, you might say street ball, but we're in a world now where everybody is boisterous, loud, gimmicky, swaggy. That started with you guys. So
Pioneers.
Again, people saw that no matter where they were at the Drew League in LA, where they were, you know, at some of the stuff on Venice Beach in Cali, or they were just somewhere watching and building this thing. That was like town criers. So you started something. Maybe it started with street ball, but it's national now. The great Stuart Scott, I'm sure, saw you guys do it and mimic that. So this is something that you guys have grown. And again, I want to make sure you, because you're modest. But that's what I'm coming here to talk about with that. And again, we're talking to Al Cash, Melony from BARTV. How did you guys connect?
Oh, let me get into that.
Al pointed at her. Al says, on you.
Al says,
It's on
my
you.
cue. That's my cue to speak. So shout out to Gusto Wells. Gusto and I partnered about 3 years ago. When I met him, he told me, "Hey Mel, people refer me all the time. She's the one that helps you get money, right? That's what they call me, the girl that helps you get money.
Money Mel.
Money Mel, right? So he was like, "Hey, listen, Gusto, sign my NDA, non-disclosure, non-circumvent, non-compete. Sign this partnership agreement. I don't know what I'm going to do for you, but I'm going to do some things." He signed without a doubt. I love him. He told me that God, he's led by the Spirit, and he knew by my spirit that we were destined to do something together. And fast forward now, I actually got him a lounge in the Atlantic City Mall. He has his lounge there. He's waiting for his liquor license. He wanted to get a lounge out there. And Gusto is real big rooftop, so he's in that nightlife also. But he told me when his partner Greg passed away, sadly, Gus was like a not the front person. So when Greg passed, he lost all the relationships, all the sponsorships. And then fast forward to today, I get very passionate about my people. But, like you said, Rucker Park is the pioneer of so much. Like even when you were saying about Al being boisterous and everything, I was thinking in my head, okay, not only did the basketball commentators and people in the world of basketball mimic what they did or be inspired without saying it, but also podcasting. He was the first one doing this before podcasting was a word. So I was like, okay, I'm going to help you. He said he lost all his sponsorships, everything. I didn't know 3 years ago that I was going to be in the position that I'm in now to get them a major distribution deal. But now fast forward after the 3 years of us working together, building together, getting to know each other, he's now like a brother to me, a big brother.
Well,
And
one thing about you, Melony, and I can say this because I know you and we talk a lot offline, is that you're one of the few people I know that probably can wake up, God wakes you up, and by 3 o'clock, you into something that you didn't know what you was doing when you was eating breakfast.
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the things that makes you so special because you have, and I told you this, and I didn't even mention this on your documentary.
Yes.
You have a magnetism, and those are things that necessarily are not explained, they're God-given,
Right.
and just some people feel trust. Like when we met, people thought I knew you for years. We were just like 3-4 months. How long you know her?
It's like you're
90 days.
You have an engaging type of,
Aura.
nature about
Yeah.
you, and the people just wanna they just want to get more involved in what you
Yes.
doing, how you doing it. A lot of times we do things you be surprised. It's not who's watching you. It's what you always say. It's not how many people are watching you. It's who's watching you.
Right.
Right.
And
Everybody
yeah.
with this number game, but it's not even about numbers.
Yeah.
If you get somebody that really believes in what you're trying to bring out to the world, that's all.
And
It's
I love that you guys picked up on that because I can never really summarize it that way, but it is true. A lot
I got a
of
strong
people,
prescription of glasses.
Yes, the glasses.
He been
the
around me
prescription.
for years. That's where it comes
These
from.
two
No one
brothers
knows.
here, I love them. But that's something that I always tell people. I always will give God the glory. I can never take the credit for anything because I do wake up and people call me or send me an email or a text and it's like, hey Mel, I got this and I know you're gonna, so it's really, I say, if it's for you, it's for you. And so when I got this situation, the first thing Gusto said was, well, Mel, Al is the guy about that. Because I said, Gus, let's start a podcast. Let me start a podcast. I don't know crap about basketball, but I know you got some commentators we could put on the table during the game because I can only bring sponsors in through the podcast. So let's do that and I'll bring that back.
Well, let's take a break, and I want to come back and talk about the podcast. Obviously, opening day is fast around the corner.
June 15th.
And Al, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want to find out who's your Mount Rushmore of EBC. Don't say nothing yet. Gonna take a quick break. Al Cash, Mel from BARTV is 9 Feet Lounge. Don't go nowhere. We're back on the Ride 9 Feet Lounge, still joined by the best team in radio, Al Cash, Mel from BARTV and Rucker Podcast, which they both are. Yes. Again, talking a little nostalgia. When we left off, I wanted you to dive into the podcast, because obviously the podcast, you guys are getting name individuals. You'll see me eventually, maybe by, January 2027. But nevertheless, talk about the podcast.
So Gusto said, Mel, if I would love that concept, but I'm not going to be on camera. I'm not going to be on the mic. But I got my guy, Al. He said, Mel, we got to build this around Al, because Al is the voice of, he said, trust me, and I hadn't heard nothing from him yet, but he said he started before podcasting was a word, and we have so many interviews that really can make it, something big. Mm-hmm. So then when I met Al and he started to send me some of the work, and I went onto the YouTube and onto the Instagram, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is the podcast, Mm-hmm. So we did build it around Al. And so now, like, our build up, our rollout has been releasing 2 episodes every week of previously recorded interviews with Al and whoever else in the park. And we're calling that Inside Rucker Park. When the game starts, we're going to be having courtside episodes. So Monday through Thursday, 4 days a week, it's courtside episodes. Then Saturday, we're still going to release 1 a week from Al's vault.
Nice.
So yeah, you can talk more about that, Al.
Yeah, so originally, like she said, I was doing these type of shows before the name podcast was put to it. I actually was on public access TV. I was doing a show called Ready or Not Video, and it was Make It or Break It. Like, it was us making videos, other people making videos, and I was pretty
the hood
much
version of Star Search.
Yeah. So from that, like, to be honest, and I'm gonna put it out there, me and Duke was the first 2 announcers, right? Then you had EJ. Then you had Booby Smooth, and then you had what do you call it? Hannibal. I'm sorry,
Hannibal. Yeah.
Hannibal. So what happened was, it was 5 announcers, 2 games a night, and it was a little animosity. Who's going to do this game? Who's going to do that game? But like I said, I'm one of the founders of the tournament, so I let them rock out, and I said, I have this vision of taping the games. So I started taping the games, and then all of a sudden NBA TV got involved.
I remember that, yeah.
And Greg said, yo, Al, he said, from you doing the Ready or Not stuff, why don't you just host the NBA show?
Yeah.
So I end up hosting it. And the funny thing, I'm laughing because
You're laughing at yourself.
The other announcers see me on NBA TV interviewing all the pros and the celebrities coming out. Now they want to be involved.
Of course, yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not a selfish person. I'm a person. I'm a creator.
Yeah.
You understand? I have visions.
Innovative.
And that's what I do. And that's pretty much how, I have so much footage and all. I mean, I got footage.
You got a vault.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
When I had mentioned to a few people that you was coming on, and Mel, and this merging and partnership with Rucker and the EBC, people always want to talk about the famous or infamous non-game of Fat Joe and Jay-Z. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Because
first of all, he's going to go into it, but there's an episode on the podcast you released about that, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go download the Rucker Park podcast, Apple, iHeart, Spotify, all podcast platforms, and listen to the rollout that we have, because it's legendary. I could say conversations, you call them interviews, episodes, whatever have you. But go ahead, tell them about it.
All right. So the blackout, I'll be honest with you. That was, okay, let's say it was the biggest game that never happened.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I can't put it no other way. Quick story. So, I live in Esplanade Garden, Harlem, 146th Street. So I get home from work. Yeah, I had a job too. So I wash up, take a shower. I'm in the mirror, put on my little nice outfit.
Little smell good.
Oh, man.
Harlem World.
I get on the elevator, and the elevator, and I'm like, oh no.
Wow.
All
Right.
days.
But it ended up going down, whatever. So anyway, long story short, I get up to the park. I couldn't get in the park because it was so crowded. So when I finally got in there, I slept on a ladder and I'm on a bullhorn. No, I had the microphone telling could everybody please back up. The game's not going to happen unless you back up. Whatever. So like in the documentary, it shows Fat Joe on the court, OG Juan and Jay-Z, then bring the team out. Like a lot of that stuff, I have to be honest, is and here's the plug, is fabricated.
Urban legend.
You understand? You hear the Fat Joe story, and I love Fat Joe. Me and Fat Joe are like this. But we have a documentary coming out, and part of the documentary is OG Juan and Jay-Z telling their part of the blackout.
Rock Nation,
Nation
is the one behind this documentary, of course, with all the greats of Rucker Park. But it is going to be coming out. So for me, it was like, I get to do the Rucker Park podcast. Rock Nation is doing the documentary about my park. It's my park, yeah. So, yes.
So, So that story. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but a lot of people go on these shows and they be outright lying.
Yeah.
And with my experience, like between me and the other announcers, we're right there on the court.
Yeah.
So you can't go and say you have 50 points and you only have 5 points.
Yeah.
And a lot of that.
Well, you know how that's what the poke
Stretching.
high Al Bundy mentality.
But that game there might have been one of the best games ever because you had all type of NBA players coming out, like Shaq and Steph. I mean, see, a lot of people don't know too out there that Stephon Marbury grew up in our tournament.
Yeah.
As well as
his brother Eric was special too.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah. Well, Mark came around a little late. But like Rayford Austin, Skip to my Lou.
Yeah.
He definitely came up as a young kid.
Escalade.
That was Mark Jackson's brother.
Yeah. Right. And people don't know this. Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Cam
rapper.
was a ball player.
Right. He played up there.
Mace
had a little taste up there. So we had and what we did was, and to this day, I need somebody to explain to me this, is I don't understand how we drew so many celebrities. The former president of the United States, Bill Clinton.
Clinton, yeah.
Like, all of them came to see us.
Clinton loved the sisters.
Oh, okay.
Don't involve yourself.
My fellow Americans.
Please.
He came for the game.
He came for the game.
But you had rappers or MCs or whatever you want to call them from the West Coast, the North Coast. Like,
I want to share a story with you real quick. I was down there that day when Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that was
and
crazy.
it started pouring down, raining, man,
Right.
and people was just getting crazy because everybody was there to see Kobe,
Right.
and they took it to the Grouchos
Right.
in the Bronx.
Right.
I didn't go to the gym, but I wanted because I was out there. I just wanted to see Kobe, But I know they took it to the Grouchos. But like you said, Rucker Park is more than just basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a learning experience. That's to be. I mean, back in the 80s, we almost around the same age when you would have side bets of like $500,000.
Nah, they were betting out there.
You know what I'm saying?
They
I,
definitely was betting.
not say I was a part of that, but I was
Because if you
there.
won, you've been
was
cheating
there.
us for years. You had
Oh boy.
But we called
We got
that,
old face 20 still in
we
the
called
box.
that the brown paper bag.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a nickname. But one thing I want to talk about, one of my favorite things were, like I said, it was so many announcers that I had to basically find other things to do. But I came up with this concept called On the Court with Al Cash. And what I would do, I would bring fans from out the stands. I would let them play one-on-one. I would let them...
Oh, that was you.
Yeah. I would let them play one-on-one. And then you even had people that were singing.
Dance
rapping,
dance contest.
Shout out, rest in peace to Al Cisco. the one that created the Harlem Shake. I mean, there's so many different things. We used to call that the Apollo Theater at halftime. Because of entertainment. And see, like, you have a lot of tournaments now, and they emulated or imitated what we did, right? But it's no big thing because what's missing, and I think Dykeman is doing it, to be honest, or one other tournament, it's the entertainment aspect of it. You understand? Like, people come out to see the ball players, but my thing was, you know, because like I said, I'm a hip hop pioneer, so you know that's always in my blood, and I love, you know, the entertainment part, and of course the ball. You know, I love the ball part. I played. You know, my son, I was telling you guys earlier, head coach at Clark Atlanta University, sitting on my lap from the age of 6 till he became an adult, and he went out to college and.
Just the transition. Again, Al Cash, Melony BARTV, talking Rucker Park. June 15th is the kickoff. Not kickoff, wrong. Tip-off. I'm talking football time.
Opening day.
Opening day. That's baseball opening night. But any event, Al, I want to go to you. You've been around this a long time. You kind of, you know, dropped the seeds in the ground. Give us, and that's a hard one.
Hold on, Kev. Before you even go there, because I think this. Pardon me, there, dearest brother, of course, captain of the ship.
No, we just on a pitch count, but go ahead.
It is sitting here listening, right? I really think that, and I totally respect your humility. However, I think we're glossing over the fact that the emulation of what you created is not really an emulation. It's a blueprint. People are basically worshiping, constructing, creating based off the institution. Let's use the real words. Okay. The institution, right? Chase, who else is there? Capital One, they're banks. What are they called? Banking institutions. All spawned from the original banking institution. So we're looking at branches of an institution that you developed. So we just talked about how the whole program came about. Then you introduced to us, basically, you created a halftime show for this institution. So now, when I travel, and I've been many places, I've seen many tournaments, I've seen ball on the beach. I've been to Atlanta when certain little tournaments used to be in Chicago and certain housing projects that are not there anymore, where you basically had to get permission to come through, right? All of that spawns from what you've created, and you've managed to remain humble. The reason the two of you click is because with all the things we sense when each of you speak, there's no malice. Right? So the lack of maliciousness, and I'm not saying the lack of like it's a bad thing, but the lack of maliciousness is what makes your cohesion so cohesive and is what has managed to make you so successful. So looking at the institution that you have established, what does it mean to you? Because anytime anyone goes to a basketball tournament in an urban setting, a baseball tournament for even that matter, in an urban setting, they're basically emulating in some form or fashion something you did. So you're basically the father of every other tournament that people go to. How does that make you feel?
I mean, to be honest with you, I really never looked at it that way. When I go to other tournaments, I try to just enjoy it. You know, I'll be honest with you. When
humble guys, man.
No, I'm
gonna get on next.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm gonna have to pop it.
When I got upset was when they did the BET Celebrity Game, the MTV Celebrity Game, and they had commentators doing what we created.
Yeah.
You know, not giving us the check. You know, and even till today, I occasionally get upset when I hear these younger guys do it and they getting big checks. And see, believe it or not, that's even what happened with hip hop. Like the beginning of hip hop, people like Melly Mel, Grandmaster Cash and them, after they was successful, they never got paid. But here it is 30, 40 years later.
You see, yeah.
Now they getting paid. Tomorrow's not promised for me to get paid.
Right.
Tomorrow you will be
Keep
paid.
hanging out with her.
I'll
He'll be
take
all right.
that back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm here. I'm here for you guys. I will not. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to come in and say this.
That's kind of, you know, what it is. Like I said, Dorian Graham, I got to shout him out. He said, Al, do you know what you and your partner contribute to street basketball? Do you know what you guys did for people's lives? You know, like...
You know Dorian.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I used to ride the bus. The bus driver said, come on. So I went on. And that was all from me commentating and putting together the tournament at Rucker Park. One time, I went to a restaurant, me and my girlfriend. So we were all the way at the back of the line. The guy, security guard, came and got us, recognized me, took us to the front, and we sitting in the back with Brian McKnight. So I'm like, oh.
As you should.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying?
As you should.
As you should.
We got a few minutes left. That's why we got to bring you back for a trilogy.
Sorry, I have to add. Let me take these few minutes.
30.
right
No,
here
you
for
got
myself.
30 seconds, Mel.
Let me
Go.
take my 30 seconds here. The reason I came on board, even though I am not into basketball and I'm brilliant in business, was because it touched my heart. Because the men in my life love basketball, and they know what Rucker Park meant to the culture. And speaking with Gusto, and now Al, and Wayne, shout out to Wayne, I realized what they did for the culture was save lives, give children a place to be, whether they was in the stands or on the court, or helping them get a scholarship or helping them get a job or whatever they did. For me, it was disheartening to know that they were in a position. I'm like, me? Miss Melody, this little Puerto Rican over here, I'm going to be the one to help it make sense financially
You're only little
for
in
you.
height. You're not little in stature.
But I felt like nobody had done justice to the brand and to the culture and to the pioneers. And you know how I am about my people. I said, you got to put some respect on it. I'm going to bring the bag back.
About it, Mel was waiting for you. That's all.
Right. I said, I'm going to bring the bag into Harlem, into these men, and I'm going to bring the heart back. And that's why I'm starting with the heart of Harlem, and from there branching out all over the world. There's people all over the world reaching out about this Rucker Park podcast. And tune in, guys. iHeart, Spotify, Audible, everywhere. For me, it is my mission to make sure that they're not left behind on the money side, because they're legends. And one last thing I'll say, shout out to all the other tournaments or games or whatever you want to call it that imitated or followed the blueprint of what Rucker Park is. But what I don't respect is that it was more so taking from Rucker Park, or in a competitive way, like ours is better, versus let's do it together. Let's do it together. Whether it's once a year, we all come together as tournament people or whatever. Excuse my ignorance in that. But let's do something for the legends. And nobody came back and said, hey, Al, hey, Gusto, hey, Greg, while he was alive, or hey, Wayne, we want to do this with you because you're the reason that we're here today.
Al, I got a minute and a half. June 15th, this thing launches. Give people in a minute and a half why they should make that a must-see to get down to Rucker a couple times a week and watch some of the greatest street basketball. Go.
Well, we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Like the late Mr. Madden used to say, be there or be square, because street ball is coming back to Rucker Park. And it's going to be crazy. We bringing it back. We're bringing it back. All I can say is, yep. That's one of my favorite lines. And, I got to get a plug. I got to get a plug for myself. You can follow me on Instagram, any of those social medias. Just look up Al Cash. Also, Inside Rucker Park, IG. Like, it's hard to explain. You guys got to just come out there. And we got something special. I can't even announce that, right? Can I?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
well,
I'll do it.
yeah.
So one of the
Got 20
sponsors, as I am Money Mel, one of the sponsors that I brought to the park this season, and the first one is Pass. I don't know if you saw Pass, the ones that dropped the ball along the city. I can't give you the details, but the week leading up to opening day, there's money being hidden all around Harlem and leading up to June 15th. So if
Don't
you
get
want
shot.
some money,
boy.
Look, Mel,
Rucker Park podcast.
The rent money is in the
Download
street.
it.
real quick, where can they get that? 10 seconds. Where can they get the podcast?
Apple, iHeart, Spotify, everywhere podcasts are playing internationally. And you can find me at mz.melony. Send me a message if you need anything regarding the Rucker Park.
And with the park, is it a fee to get in now?
No, it's free.
No fee.
Absolutely free.
All free. Go out and support Al Cash. Melony, thank you, babe. Appreciate you.
Thank
It's
you.
9 Feet Lounge.
9
We
Feet
went long, but
Lounge.
just for them. Best team in radio. Don't go nowhere.